Welcome back to Rogue Company. In this video we are going through 10 need to know tips and we're going to jump straight into them. Number 1 is that there are 13 rogues to choose from, some of which you do need to purchase, although you can earn reputation in the game in order to unlock them without having to make a real money purchase. But have a mess around with a few of them and see which one you can get comfortable with. Number 2 is using the shop. In the very first round, I always buy a primary weapon, and then I either pick up a gadget or I get myself a perk, and then I will use future rounds to start purchasing upgrades. Strikeout is going to give you more money to start with on the very first round. On Demolition, I don't think you can actually buy a primary weapon straight away. You have to do at least one round with the pistol, or the fully auto sidearm, like depends which character you're using. But I always prioritize picking a primary weapon over anything else in the very first round of Strikeout because I would much rather use a primary weapon than a sidearm or a pistol or whatever, because I'm just more comfortable, and not only that, it gets me warmed up a lot faster for when I purchase upgrades for it in the later rounds. Number 3 is you can shoulder switch on this game. It's a third-person shooter, so there's going to be a lot of peeking around cover and stuff, so make sure that you get used to the shoulder switch and you utilize it. On Xbox, it is your right bumper, but alongside that, you can ping locations. So if there's an enemy that's pinning you down, you can ping it and then maybe one of your teammates could flank. That is down on the D-pad on Xbox. Then moving into number 4, pay attention to the rogue abilities. Chark, or however you say his name, he can self-revive. Dallas can reveal the closest enemy to him. It literally puts like a red glow around the enemy. And the rogue called Saint can send out a revive drone. That drone literally goes anywhere on the map, wherever one of your teammates is down, and it will get them up. So make sure you're paying attention, because if there is a match you're jumping into and there's not a Dallas on the other team, you don't have to worry so much about getting the perk that would stop you being revealed when the enemies pop the ability. But if you go into a game and someone is using Dallas on the enemy team, then maybe instead of purchasing a gadget, you can get the perk that stops you being revealed straight away with your primary weapon. Moving on to tip number 5, make sure you learn the maps. There aren't too many on this game, but some of the maps will have very good choke points and they'll be good for long distance fights, whilst others will tend to keep you closer together. So get used to the maps, because there could be certain spots where you pick up more kills. If you're playing Strikeout, there could be a corner that you could peek and stop the enemies grabbing the objective. It's very important when playing a game like this that you learn the maps. And moving on to number 6, look at your daily contracts. You will see them in the main menu. Where you can change the game mode and stuff, it'll be just underneath that on the left hand side. These daily contracts, once you've completed them, will earn you reputation, and you can use that reputation once you've got enough to purchase a new rogue, which will be the thing that saves you spending real money. Another thing to take note of is this game currently costs real money to play. I purchased the starter founder pack, which was £12. I think they have an edition of it that's £25 and then one that's £50 or something like that, but the game will eventually be going free to play. This is kind of like a paid beta, early access, something like that. Number 7 is using the rogue tab in the main menu. You can look at all of the abilities and the loadout for each rogue so that you can get a better understanding of each one. So if you look at Saint, it will show you that he has the revive drone, but not only that, underneath the loadout, you can customize your rogues. And I believe if you've purchased any of the founder packs, I'm not sure on the 2 more expensive ones what they come with, but the one that I purchased for £12, I got this like solar flare gun skin, and it looks incredible. Compared to the basic skin, it's much nicer, and it's got a little animation in there too. Number 8, finding a team is going to be so much more beneficial to you as a player on this game, because this is a team-based game where communication is key. If you can get synergy between a team, you can get your comms on lockdown, you are going to perform much better than if you were to solo queue or go in with 2 players out of the possible 4. I'm not sure if there's social media you can look for a group on. You might be able to LFG on Xbox. I'm not entirely sure on everything you can do to find a team, but if you do have that ability, then I would go for it, because it's just going to help you out so much more than running solo or with even 2 or 3 players. Number 9, if you are low on ammo in the middle of a round, you can pick up other weapons off the floor as well as grenades. If you don't have a grenade and someone else has dropped one, you can go pick it up, and then you can potentially use someone's grenade against their own team. And then to finish this video off, number 10, this is a third-person shooter. So you can corner peek. You can stand outside a building, and let's say that you're looking across your right shoulder, switch over to your left shoulder, and you can peek around that corner without exposing any of your body. But you need to be careful with it because these maps are incredibly small, flanks are so easy, and they happen all the time. You could literally spawn on your side of the map, you could run to the middle, and by the time you get there, someone will be right behind you. So another thing to throw in is just make sure you have game sound and have it up as high as you possibly can to the point where you can hear players you're playing with, and don't have it up so high to the point where you're going to make yourself deaf. So find the right balance, but try and make sure you do have fairly high game sound, because hearing footsteps on this game is incredibly important, especially if people have flanked and they're coming up behind you. So use corners to peek round them, switching shoulders and everything, and do not forget your combat role. Again, if you are using Chark or whatever his name is, CHAAC, if you are using him, when you go down, as well as being able to self-revive, you can also combat roll whilst he's down. That's another part of his ability, and that one is really, really helpful, because if there's a bit of cover to your right, instead of just moving to the right and giving the enemy more of a chance to finish you off, you can combat roll. It's faster, it's more efficient. It could literally be the difference between dying and losing a ticket for your team and being able to self-revive and finish off the enemy that downed you. But that is going to be it for the video. That is 10 need-to-know Rogue Company tips. If there are any more you can add to this, then let everyone know in the comments. But other than that, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Thank you for watching.